What's going on, everybody? Chase with iDub Hockey here in Calgary with none other than Sherwood's product development manager, Dan Rich. And Dan, we have all three families of Sherwood lines in front of us. And we're gonna talk about some unique tech and spec, but for that player sitting at home, they're hearing the hype on Sherwood. They haven't jumped on board yet, but they are ready to now. For them at home, how would you describe the differences in player profile, but more importantly, shooting profile between all three families?
Okay, that's a big question. Let's walk through Morph, which is part of the Rekker family. So it's the new introduction of the Rekker family. So Morph is our low kick family. We've taken some technology that we had when we introduced Legend, which had a new shaft dimension to it, which was called the ergo taper shaft. So ETS moves forward in the Morph family. Again, that low kick, but because of the three distinct zones in the ergo taper shaft, it creates a secondary kick point. So having that secondary kick point gives us the ability to shoot from that stick handling position. It allows you to generate some pace or some velocity without having to have that big tell by dropping your hand down the shaft. Now, that low kick still lets you get it away quick, lets you elevate quickly, but again, you have the secondary kick point. So the ergo taper shaft is the distinct feature that you have on the Rekker family. Low kick with a secondary kick and the three dimensions in the shaft.
So all about quick release and effortless release as well.
Absolutely, that player likes to work down around the goal line, in the blue paint, on and off super quick.
Okay, and now if I'm looking for maybe a little more power, but without losing versatility, I'd imagine probably going into code, right?
You're into code, a player who likes to shoot from distance, come down the wing, top of the circle, let it go. You're loading it, a little bit more velocity. You're getting it away with some pace. So you have the hybrid kick point, a little stiffer bottom portion of the shaft. You have our EVT, or our energized velocity taper, which actually promotes that hybrid kick point. So again, for that player who likes to shoot from distance, likes to get it away, it could be a defenseman, could be a player who loves to shoot, you know, from the wing or what have you, or from a high slot, that would be the better suited player to be working on that hybrid kick point.
So a little bit more power, even though you're taking a little more time to load than the Rekker. And then we just have the gold standard. If you don't know the T120 line, I don't know if you've been playing hockey, at least not for a while. So let's talk about the T120 line and how this separates itself from Rekker and code.
Well, for consumers our age, I'm considerably older than you, but the T series, or the True Touch series, has been around for a long time with Sherwood. And we obviously kept it alive. We wanted to make sure that we had product to offer that traditional shaft shape, that more robust construction, that square shaft, and a little bit heavier product. We all hear complaints from time to time. I can't get used to how light the stick is. So that's generally the beer league player, the player who's looking for something with greater durability, a little bit heavier, and again, a little bit more robust, as I say. This is a true square shaft, old school build. We have our power taper hosel, which gives it that nice square shape all the way through and really consistent flex and balance. So a little bit more robust, very versatile, but certainly a more affordable and durable product than the two premium families, if you will. So I would put it as our you know, a level below from a price perspective, affordable, great performance, very durable, and then you've got the premium families for the two different players. Shooting from distance, shooting quick and down low, and then the different shaft dimensions as well.
And then shooting with a classical, traditional shooting profile with the True Touch line. So we've covered all three families. Quickness, a little more power, still very versatile, and more traditional in build and feel. But let's talk about maybe player profiles. Say I'm a more visual learner. I like to sit at home, watch some puck on TV. Who are a couple pro players that Sherwood identifies with each family here?
Well, look, it's no secret Connor Bedard is an elite level talent, shoots the puck unbelievably. His mechanics are measured, engaged, and followed by millions of people who follow those types of things online. And when you watch him shoot the puck, he's shooting from that high stick handling position and catching goaltenders by surprise, bringing the puck into his body and changing the angle, making it more difficult for the goaltender to see where he's going to release from. So that ergo taper shaft, the Rekker Morph low kick product, that's the player we're talking about. Alex DeBrincat would fall into a similar characteristic. If you move to our Encrypt family, or our code family, where the Encrypt was released in 2024, that's a player that tends to shoot from distance, maybe a player that plays net front that likes to tip some pucks, or even a defenseman that likes to shoot from distance at the point and getting it away. The secret there for that player, if he's walking the blue line, you need some velocity on it and you got to get it through. So that is the player that I look at. If you look at William Nylander as an example, who likes to shoot it from the top of the circle or in the circle and tries to beat that goalie, along the ear. He's loading it, a little bit more time to load it, but again, he's got great velocity and able to beat that player clean, that goalie clean. So, Matthew Tkachuk and William Nylander, I would put them in that vein as well.
And then probably Paul Coffey for the true touch line here.
Old school. I think you could probably go to any rink on Thursday night at 9:30 and watch some beer league play, and I think you probably find some of those. You certainly will find some of those sticks.
Yeah.
But again, that old school player who loves the old-fashioned wrister from the top of the circle.
Yeah.
That's where that family is, and I think there's a market for all of these. And keep in mind, 3 families, but you've got our Rekker R Series Junior that falls into the low kick or go taper. Our Playwright, which is entry level, which probably has a little bit more traditional feel to a T Series. So we've got something for every single consumer.
Yeah, every single consumer at every single price point.
Correct.
And then every style of player too. So just hats off to you and the team once again, continuing the momentum that Sherwood has year after year and making some great products.
We're having fun and we're having some success, and that's thanks to retailers like you. So again, thanks for coming to Calgary and thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us. And for you at home watching, if you want to check out the entire catalog from Sherwood Hockey, head over to inlineandicewarehouse.com.